Guys, welcome to the PhantomCast Ep.3. Today we got Caleb Crockett, Jordan Dool, me, myself, Neville Skowski, and James Royale. And I'm going to send it over to James now because he's got something to say.
You missed me, though, but it's all right.
Steven's in here, too.
I totally said Steven.
Did you really miss him? I feel like you missed me.
It's okay. I'm going to rewind that tape afterwards.
As you people listen to this episode, you're probably thinking, these guys, oh, wow, they're still alive. Yeah, we are. It's definitely been a while, but we've all had some pretty big things going on. As you probably seen on Twitter or whatever, heard from, our 3 viewers because they love us so much. We lost an episode. We're not going to go over the topic and all that stuff because it's not important, but it was that we were like, oh man, we need to get another episode out for everybody. And right when that happened, finals happened. So all of us, J-Man got out of high school. He graduated. Got him an education. He's all good. Caleb, Steven, and myself, we all took college finals, and then we had just this transition from getting out of a class schedule. Things weren't as stressful. Nevin was like, yo, homies, I'm coming back to DC. So Nevin flew back to DC. We all spent a week just hanging out. We really weren't doing social media, really weren't doing anything. But now we're all back. And we're looking forward to getting as many episodes as we can before Nevin, joins the military, armed forces. But whereas this is like the future of the episodes, we don't know. Is it going to feature everybody? No. Are we going to try to get them out? Yes. It's going to be a weekly thing. But other than that, that's why we haven't been doing episodes. I hope you understand, and thank you again for all the support that you've been giving us.
Right on.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah,
I'm
dude.
going to go ahead with the fresh out of high school J-Man is going to roll in with the topic of this video. So hit us up, J-Man.
All right. So previously we've been talking about the topic of millennials, like our generation from 90s to 2000s.
Wait, when were you born?
No, he's in
97.
Yeah, he's a tail end.
97. Like
he's good.
A year younger. It's
he's right there. Keep going.
Can't do math. Whatever.
Keep going.
All right. So to start with my idea, I would just like to say that it's really interesting how, I don't know, the previous generation, like our parents, to us, and then to the next generation, how much is changing, and how that affects like the social aspect of how people communicate and crap, because it's like really different. Like I was just watching on Ellen and what's his name?
Ooh, Ellen.
Ellen. But anyway, he was talking about how his kids and they have iPads and they're playing with them and stuff. And he talked about how when he was a kid, he'd play with dirt, and he would draw crap in the dirt, and he would, I don't know, do whatever else, play with rocks and stuff. And I remember doing that. But then now, we have video games and all this other stuff, and so I don't know, it's just really different in seeing how everything changes towards that, and then the whole world is different.
So do you think that we are different or more advanced or better communicate? What do you think about the differences? So obviously there's a huge difference between our generation and the previous generations, the baby boomers and all them people. Do you think that, we communicate better, or if there's a lack of communication? Because obviously it's different. So what do you think about the difference between the generations?
I mean, communication-wise, I definitely see that we communicate. I don't know if we communicate better, but we definitely communicate a lot more often because of social media and all that, and we can just send texts and whatever, send a picture like, hey, this is what I've been doing for the last couple hours or whatever.
Last 12 minutes. I update my life every 12 minutes for everybody to see.
Some people do that. It's sad, but some people do that.
Too much.
Yeah, you have like 300-second stories.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous. I take those people off. I can't.
I'm going to kind of build on what J-Man's talking about. And so we definitely do, as a generation, communicate more. But I think the conversations are sometimes less meaningful because you're doing it so often that you're just back. I don't know back now. I wasn't there, but
Back in the day.
people got together and maybe they sat over a drink or they went on a fishing trip or something, and they came and they saw people they don't get to see every day. Even if it was just like a day-to-day thing, it's still a whole 24 hours for something to happen. It seemed like people were probably able to, it's fun to catch up with somebody. You didn't see them as often. Nowadays, you sit down with one of us, and it's very rare for people to really have an in-depth conversation. So it's just kind of, well, what can I talk about? Like, what movie can I quote? What thing can I do to just keep it quick and snappy? Whereas older people, and probably when they were younger, they just had more to talk about because they didn't see each other or weren't updated with each other's lives as often.
Yeah, very true. I think that, like you're saying, people back in the days communicating, and when we say back in the days, we're not talking about 1910. We're talking about like 35 years ago, the previous generation. That's what we're talking about. But when they wanted to talk to somebody, they kind of had to go out of the way a little bit more to do it. So it does mean more because they need to get a point across in a brief amount of time or through a short message, and they did that instead of us. We misspell something in a text. We just shoot another text right after that text. It's like
we
bam,
roast
bam.
the person that sent the text.
Exactly. we roast them hard. Caleb.
Grammar police.
It's just fun. It's too fun, man. No, much agreed on that, James. So, anybody else have any other perspectives on communication and maybe something else on our generation in particular?
Well, I don't know. It's just like back in the day, it was just like a lot more things were private. Definitely, privacy was actually valued and protected. But nowadays, it's almost like anything and everything can be exposed.
Yeah, basically, what do I not know about a person? Like, what have I not?
Yeah, exactly.
What have I not had in their update? Like, personally, for me, when I use social media, I try to keep as little in my bio and little information. Like Facebook, I maybe put my birthday and where I went to high school, but like works at. All this other
like
stuff.
Your social security number, right?
Yeah. Social security.
Oh, totally.
Always include that.
My privacy. Last 3 digits on my credit card number.
But not the fourth.
No, you can find the full one on my Facebook profile.
You got to do some digging first, obviously.
Yeah, no, you got to do some digging.
I like that a lot. I try to be mysterious on that.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's like basically what Steven's saying is, it's just like, man, you see someone, it's just like, oh yeah, I saw you on that fishing trip, and you can ask them how it went, but when they update Snapchat or Twitter every 15 minutes, it's like, are you on the trip or are you on social media the entire time?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
I would say experience. Like I always ask my dad what he did whenever he was a kid because I'm really interested in how my parents grew up because that affects how we grow up. But I love my dad's stories about party lines. And do y'all know what party lines are? Like where they used to have
someone's sporting a lion at a party, but that's just me.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly what I
said. Party line. Back in the day, he remembers whenever like the whole block was on the same. Everybody had the same number, but the phone would ring different. So he remembers. I think he said his was 4 rings, and it was their house. But if it was but if it was 5, it was the one down the road.
Yeah.
But he said anybody could pick it up and talk.
Mm-hmm.
And and so he remembers if somebody got in trouble at school, by the time you got home, everybody on your block knew.
Oh my god. Party line, bro.
But I think that'd be cool. Like, just, hey, I know who that's for. I'm just gonna pick it up and listen real quick because I can.
I used to do that at my house. Just whenever they would answer the phone, and then I would I wonder who's calling. And then I just hit the talk button on the one in the basement, and then I hold my breath.
I was just saying, unless your parents hear the.
Yeah.
and then they're like, what? Hang on. Jordan, hang up!
I did that one time with my dad, and he heard me breathing, and he was like, just a second. Darth Vader, please hang up.
I was at Steven's house, and we were in the basement, and he had like a home phone sitting there, and it was ringing. So I picked it up, and I was like, this is Never with United Wireless. How may I help you? Well, I forgot that when you take it out of its charger, it answers it.
Oh,
So
gosh,
legit,
yeah, that was...
he's like, dude, there's somebody there. And I just hung up. I totally forgot.
Yeah, he totally just put the phone down. I was like, what are you doing?
I'm sorry, bro.
Just watched him. I just sat there and watched the whole thing like, bro, what?
Like, you actually
Alright.
answered it. Like, oh,
Alright.
snap.
So I'm gonna bring something up here. Okay, so we talked about communication, but how do you feel like actions taken by some people are different nowadays compared to how you would handle a situation?
What type of
How do you
situation?
think people go about things nowadays compared millennials, what we're talking about, compared to someone that was raised in a whole different era without some of the stuff we have?
I mean, like dating.
Well, I mean, it could be anything.
As people go
Dating,
out.
like handling situations, like how do you go about the whole thing? Okay, what I'm trying to get at basically is when someone says I'm offended, instead of
Oh, okay.
the whole thing, like how you handle yourself in the public eye, or how you handle yourself in certain situations. Do you feel like it's different? How people do it today rather than.
I feel the heat on this one, yeah. It's just like what you're saying. Nowadays, it's everybody's offended about something. Everyone's got an opinion about something. And that's okay.
And nobody cares.
You can have an opinion, but
Well, everybody's entitled to their
broadcast
own
it.
opinion. Yeah.
They just
Even if
take
it's
it to the
wrong.
next level. Well, that's subject to opinion. It all comes back to the same thing. But at the end of the day, people broadcast their opinions way more openly. That's probably a byproduct of social media in general. But nowadays, and we've all talked about this before, where it's like, someone's like, I'm offended. That automatically makes the person who offended them like a bad, terrible person. And people are like, why did you offend them? Like, oh my goodness, you upset their opinions about something that no one cares about. And then you're like, whoa, everybody hold on here.
Personally, I believe that people are just, like, when you go back to the whole thing, when people are saying that, well, this guy, everyone gets a trophy, everyone participated, everyone gets a trophy. It's just like nowadays, everyone has an opinion, everyone deserves their opinion to be right. It's just like, bro, there's some crazy people out there with opinions that are not cool. And yes, it's your opinion, but and it's human nature you want someone to agree with you. You want to feel like someone's there, someone has that same state of mind. And you're going to have something, but I feel like some of the best relationships I've ever had, not dating, but, with a person, whether it be family, non-family, close relatives, distant relatives, you're going to have things that are different. And I feel like when you have things that are different, it's fun. And I'm not calling people stupid, but I'm calling people stupid. Okay? So,
Human nature.
So I have very different things. I enjoy playing video games and all that stuff. And none of you guys are huge into video games, right? And so, but that doesn't stop you guys. And so I could have an opinion about something. You bring it up and you say, oh, freaking video games are stupid. I'm going to defend my point of view. But at the end of the day, I know you guys are joking, giving me a hard time. It's something you don't care about. But there are things we do care about. And more times than not, people focus on the things that people don't have in common. Like, I can't like this person. He's in my same class, he's in my same major, but I can't like him because he eats his salad with his right hand, but he's left-handed. I just can't do that. It's something I can't handle.
That's offensive.
Yeah,
Dude,
I'm sorry. No.
Dude, you just
I'm
offended
left-handed,
everyone.
James.
I'm
I'm
trying not to
left-handed.
bring politics
Chill.
into it. Trying to
Jordan's
keep,
just gonna draw.
But it's just it's silly to me how people my own age act so immature when it comes to that stuff. It's like, why can you not handle that situation? Someone is arguing with you. They obviously have a different opinion. Why not fight back? Like, why do people not want to fight back? Why is the natural response now for someone to be like, corner themselves and be like, I can't do it because this person is bullying me, or, oh, I'm offended. It's like, well, not everyone's going to agree with you, so why don't you man up or whatever you want to do, whatever you prefer, I guess, and, fight back or have something to say back and let that person know. A person will respect you more if you fight back rather than you cower in a corner, even if it doesn't match their opinion. It's just how it is.
Well, and one thing that I find really interesting, I work out at John Deere, and we have guys back in the back. There's one kid that works there that's a year older than me, and he's a full-time employee. And then there's also like a major jump to, I don't know how old he is, but he could retire if he wanted to, but he still works there part-time kind of guy. And honestly, he's probably as old as my grandpa is. And it's really funny talking to different and different generations of people, because you talk to the kid that's my age, and he's very, I don't know how to say it. You don't want to, he gets offended easier, I guess, but he also talks to you in a way that he's trying not to offend you about like subjects. But then the older man will just tell me straight. He's like one time I took him apart and it was the wrong part, and he was like, "Can you not read numbers?" And it's and most people would get really mad about it, but I know that's just how they were. Like they told you it straight. And in my opinion, I think telling someone straight that, hey, you messed this up, you should take responsibility for that. I think that's the better option.
Definitely.
Learning process.
Definitely.
And it's something else on that. What kind of touched on what James was talking about too is, getting back to a corner, people don't want to admit that they're wrong nowadays.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's like the same thing, but on the negative side is like everyone gets a trophy. It's like nobody's wrong. Okay, well, not everybody wins, and someone's always wrong about something. There's no middle ground. There is a winner, okay, and you'll learn from losing, and that's in arguments too. You could be coming out swinging, realize you were wrong. You got to admit that you're wrong, or you don't learn anything. If you just back away and say like, "Nah, whatever, man, whatever," you didn't learn anything at the end of the day. You're still at the same place.
Like people will gladly step up and take credit for winning or something positive that happens.
Yeah.
But when something negative happens, or they have to take responsibility for something they did wrong, they cower. They're cowards, and they won't own up to it. And that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's like one thing, and it's something I've been trying to work on is just keeping your mind open. It's just like, you have an opinion, but then again, what you guys are touching on is if you keep your mind open and openly admit that something you didn't know, or it's something that you thought differently about, but you were proven wrong, is just to admit it and move on. Like, there's no reason to keep beef with people that are like, well, he proved me wrong, I'm never going to like this guy again. Well, why not? He's obviously he obviously has more experience than you or something. He's trying to help you out. Most people, if they argue with you, it's either because you're doing something wrong. And now this is somewhere, if like in the city, someone could tell you you're doing something wrong and they be the unintelligent person. And then, they're trying to do the same unintelligent thing. But more times than not, we're going in the sense of millennials to the previous generation, which I think is baby boomers, right?
Yeah.
There's like a generation in between, but they wrap them all into the baby boomers, which is just like post World War II all the way up until like technology started, and then that's our generation from there.
Okay. Yeah. So what I'm getting at is most of the people in that era, okay, there's a few exceptions. There's the loonies. But most of the people they want, if they see you doing something wrong, they'll try to give you the best advice possible to see you succeed. And then more times than not, someone's going to be like, how dare you say that to me? I'm intelligent. I know everything. I went to DC3. Okay. What?
No, it's all right.
No.
Everything's good.
You're good. Yeah, I totally get what you're saying though, because you have to admit when you're wrong. Because if you don't admit when you're wrong, you don't learn from it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Somebody that does something totally stupid, they want to get all embarrassed about it and like, oh, I didn't mean it. It's whenever people are talking to me about something, there are certain things that it's gonna make me upset, I guess. But it's not really that I'm upset with you, but more so that I'm upset with myself, I guess, is my personal experience from it. Instead of taking it as, oh, that person's telling me something wrong, the way I take it is usually I'm mad at myself, and being mad at myself, I guess I come off mad at that person.
Yeah, it's all perception from whoever's feeling it.
Oh yeah. And I think that's one of the things that our generation takes terribly is perception. Because everybody's out to get me. Oh.
Yes, thank you. Dude, that mentality is crazy. Dude, people are like, everyone is here to harm me. I can't do anything, right? Like, not going to do anything, right? The more you go, the higher up you get in education, the higher there's going to be people that know more than you. It's good. Chill.
Oh, all right.
We're good.
Play PS4.
Heck yeah. We're good. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, Crockett. People, they're just like, and I honestly, and by no means are any of us trying to say we're better than it. We're all a like-minded group of people, and this is not trying to be biased at all. We're just saying things that people we agree with. That's why we're here together in podcast. That's why we're such good friends. I mean, we tear each other's we tear each other apart sometimes, but at the end of the day, we all still chill and laugh about it. Like, everyone's gonna have something different to say about something. Anyone's gonna take it a different way. But if you work it out in the sense of it being a mature thing, that's kind of the same thing. It's like I'm going to say is maturity. I feel like most millennials are not mature, or they weren't. Not that they weren't raised right. I just think that the bulk majority, they see most people that get their way, or they flaunt around all sad because they have opinions. So more and more people see that, and it's just going to get worse because no one wants to try to change it. So you're getting people running around that are like, oh, well, I'm offended, or that person just got mad at me, or oh man, I failed that test, or oh, I'm never gonna succeed. This is gonna happen. It's life, and if it's one thing I've learned this year, and I get super angry at some things, but then the more I've gone through this year, and the more I've kind of opened myself up to being with older people and kind of seeing what they have to say, it's come to the sense that, I'm not going to be good at something when I start it. I'm going to have to be open to improvement. I'm going to have to keep positive. It's just a little thing. I'm not trying to keep this to myself. That's good advice. That's what I've gotten from people. Is you're never going to be the best at something unless you keep working at it. And if you're doing something new, don't get mad and quit just because things aren't going your way at the beginning.
Yeah.
And if anyone else wants to chime in, I could.
Yeah, I think to bring some perception on that. And Caleb, I know you're gonna know what I'm talking about here. Talking about perception is we are talking a lot of negative things about millennials, about our generation right now, but there's still things that previous generations had to deal with that kind of had a negative light to them also. And I know we've talked about before, the difference in income 40 years ago as far as today, but also the difference in price of everything on the market now. Our economy is a lot higher nowadays. So like, Caleb, if you want to bring something in on that, because they say, the baby boomers and the generation after them say like, oh yeah, well, we did all this, we got all this accomplished, we didn't need to ask for freebies. But yet when you look at it adjusted with inflation, they could do more with the money that they had than we can do nowadays just because of the economy.
Oh yeah, and it's really interesting to me. I'm sort of a numbers guy. I'm not a huge numbers guy, but it's really interesting to me. I go back and look at what things cost during whenever I was born in the 1990 96, the best year ever. No, but
yeah, buddy.
What? What? What?
But I find it really interesting if you look at.
I'm offended. No.
You look at old muscle cars are a perfect example, because nowadays we all drive muscle cars. But if you go match for match, a Mustang back in the day, stock Mustang, no upgrades or whatever, is actually worth about what the highest priced Mustangs are nowadays. But people still had them, and people still drove them around. So yeah, they worked hard. It was more of a working culture. but they could start working whenever they were 8. There was no labor laws. There was nothing like that. And a lot of people say, "Oh, you're spoiling your kids. You're not making them work for this and stuff like that." And it's like, dude, they can't work for it. That's sorry, but that's the law. And I don't know. That's just a big thing with me.
So what I'm getting from you, Crockett, is saying that part of the problem maybe with this generation is some of the restrictions that are imposed by the previous generation.
Oh yeah.
I think that literally started because somebody complained. Somebody was like, "There are a bunch of 12-year-olds running around as waiters. They need rights, you know." And then the government or legislation or whatever had to implement laws like, all right, now they got to be 16. I guarantee you, because that's always what happens. Something is fine until something goes wrong, and then we do something about it.
Yeah.
So I guarantee you, it was okay. Obviously, we're not talking about 6-year-olds in coal mining factories back in the 1800s. It wasn't like that, right? That's bad child labor. But at some point, someone must have complained for a law to come up. Something must have happened, an accident maybe, for a law to come up, get implemented, and thus restrictions that we're talking about nowadays.
Or a lawsuit, which are my number one pet peeve. If you want to sue someone, then you're just, yeah. We could go on for that.
Right reasons to sue, and then there's 90% of the reasons other people sue for no reason.
My coffee was too hot. It burnt me.
There's a warning on here that says caution, hot liquid inside, but I decided to pour all of it over my left arm.
Now I demand $1 million.
I would like $1 million and a new arm, please.
Nevin, where are we at on time?
I'm checking it. We're good right now. We're at about 26.
Yeah.
Okay. So, are we saying the gist overall is we're a pretty, troubled generation, but some of it would came from the transition. The same. What we're saying is that some of the restrictions implied by authority can get in the way of some of the things because they're. And I mean, I'm such a negative person when it comes to millennials, and people tell me like, you're a millennial, right? I'm like, yeah. I don't I get it, I am, but I don't want to be. I don't want to be associated with these people that keep popping up on the news and stuff. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that couldn't care less. So yeah, I'm a millennial, but I'm not gonna go and flaunt it all over social media. It's that small percentage that's given us a bad rep that keeps doing it and keeps saying it and keeps going off with these off the wall opinions and doesn't want to, the man is out to get us, the authority, the government is out to get us, everyone's out
Put
there.
Put it to the man.
It's like they're not hippies. I mean, we can't call them hippies because I don't even know what their noble cause is. I mean, I guess you could say millennials. Everyone gets a trophy. Yeah.
If you call them hippies,
that's our slogan.
They're going to get offended at you.
Yeah.
So you can't even label them hippies because they're going to be like, I'm a woman. What are you saying?
Yeah.
Don't self-label me.
That doesn't have anything to do with hippies, though.
Hey, man,
the whole point is people complain about some crazy freaking stuff, dude.
So in the past minute, we've outraged all the hippies watching our channel and all the women watching our channel.
All right.
Sure.
So we've been bashing on some stuff. We've been bashing on this podcast. It's been a kind of a little roast sesh on the millennials. Yeah, but okay. But everyone agree, and the whole big saying is '90s babies, right?
90s babies. You were a '90s kid, if.
Yeah. Right.
So
everyone's loves their childhood. You can't remember half the stuff that happened from your childhood, but you love it. Nowadays you're focusing on all these world issues, but back then you didn't have a care in the world. So I'm gonna throw it at Steve here, and I want to hear some of your guys' greatest childhood memories because everyone loves childhood memories.
Oh man, childhood memories. Well, I guess thinking of you think of childhood. You think of back on the playground. Elementary school, playing on the playground. I'm trying to think of other just having fun. No worries, no cares in the world. the occasional nap time, you know. I know,
Dude, nap time. Oh my gosh. High
Like
school should
I'm trying to
implement it.
think. I think all of us went to different elementary schools. I can't think of any of you guys that went to my elementary school. Like all the people that I've gone to, none of you. You know, I went
Yeah.
to Northwest Elementary. What's
Actually,
good?
We went to the same one, but I didn't go there till
you
third
didn't come
grade.
until
Yeah.
we all
later.
literally did start at the same school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went to Northwest Elementary. Started out with anyway. Where did you guys all go?
I was at Cimarron Elementary, which is like fifth. Be like, what is that? About east, northeast. It's about 15 miles away from Dodge, so that's where.
West.
Oh yeah, west. Sorry, yeah. My compass flipped upside down.
My compass isn't working. Jordan, where did you go to elementary school? You've been quiet for 20 minutes.
Dude, he didn't. He failed.
I went to Central Elementary.
Central, you're
when I
a
went
Central
there-
kid.
That school, I think it was 80. It was 80 some years old when I was going there, so it's even older now, and it's
Oh,
so
yeah.
small. But it looks like a castle, and that thing was so much fun to play around. Remember during recess, everybody thought it was haunted. So there's this one spot where everybody would go to, and like the door was busted in, and like the wall was all cracked and everything, and they had to put up like a bunch of boards and like nailed it down. And we would all like sit there, and I don't know what happened, but somebody was like, "Oh, this room is haunted. You can hear people in the basement." So a bunch of kids went over there and sat there. And then, like, all of a sudden, you just hear, like, 20 kids scream and go running. And all the, like, helpers outside during recess started freaking out. They're like, what's going on? They're like, oh, we heard someone in that room. And eventually, they figured out that's, like, leads to the basement. So, like, the janitors were messing around down there. But it was just ridiculous because, like, 20 kids were scared out of their minds. And some of them had to go home because they were so scared.
Holy cow, are you serious? That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it was
I'm going to go to the counselor.
Dude, I'm surprised
Like,
someone
this
didn't
is-
complain about that. To
Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
Man, that was back in the
haunted.
day.
So
Evan, do
is
you
that
wanna talk about where you
your
went?
memory, J-Man, or do you have another specific memory that
No,
just wraps up your childhood? Like it can be anything in that spectrum.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be just elementary school, you know, just a really funny, good memory from your childhood, you know?
I don't know. I guess family reunions as a kid was always interesting just because of fucking, like, eating at the kids' table, you know?
Oh, I hated
The kids' table was always lit.
Everybody had a kid's table. That's like
Yeah.
universal, man.
Especially if
You
you're the
get the
youngest,
people-
Oh, yeah.
like me, you were, like, always there.
Still am.
Still am to this day.
No lie, no lie.
Just
Last
kidding.
time we went back, I sat at the exact same table. Like, not even just
Yes.
kids' table. The funny thing was my knees were at the top of it, and it was like,
Oh, gosh.
seriously,
It,
seriously.
So you got any specific family reunion at the kids' table? Any interesting combos we should know about? I mean, I don't know. Or is that just your? Sorry.
I don't know. There's one food fight, but that was
Okay.
Food fight?
yeah. It was, I don't know. That was interesting.
Elaborate.
Yeah.
Okay,
oh,
well,
please.
we're sitting
Please
there,
do.
right? And so they laid out like all our food initially for us, so we didn't have to like go and like get it ourselves because I don't know. I guess they didn't think we were strong enough to carry our plates, whatever.
Oh,
But anyway, they gave us salad. So what kid eats salad anyways? So
That's
somebody
a
picked
terrible
up
idea.
a piece of lettuce with ranch and just like tossed it to one of my cousins and hits him in the chest. And so he picked up a handful and like smashed it on the plate, and then it was downhill from there. And it was
Oh, gosh.
it was so messy.
Oh, man.
And believe it or not,
What
the
a
parents didn't even stop us. They just kind of turned around and watched for a little bit. But it was pretty messy. It was a good time. And I was like in first grade. So
You know, I have never been in a food fight before.
Really?
I have never experienced.
Same.
I don't think I have either.
Whenever
It's
we're
always
all
been
back
like
together,
it's
we
always
can
been
have
a real like a dream, you know, because like you see on the movies, you're like TV, you know, all the kids getting a food fight, and then just food flying
We
across
should
the
do
lunchroom.
it.
Dude, next time everybody is back in town, we're gonna have a food fight.
Let's go to Applebee's.
Exactly.
I feel like I would end up eating it more than I would throwing it.
Why
Like,
are you
don't go-
throwing this? Catches it and eats it.
So we'll eat.
Great. God.
We'll eat. We can eat and then make another meal to have a food fight with.
Oh gosh.
Let's make it like chili or something.
Oh,
chili, and then like all white clothes.
Yeah,
We're gonna
we'll
like
remember
pull a
it
Kevin
forever.
from The Office and like walk and just spills it all over the floor.
Nah, dude, we have to go to like a fast food restaurant so we get kicked out and everything.
Oh
I
man.
feel like that might have legal consequence.
Yeah, that might. I mean,
Uh,
depends how bad it is.
We can be fast.
just make sure that we know a lot of the workers, and we should
Just
be good.
strategically like set in different areas of the restaurant, and then like
Oh,
we all
yeah.
just look, and all of a sudden just boom, and just start throwing it like for like 5 or 10 seconds, then just run out and leave.
Just everybody scatter.
No one
So-
might look
but-
at it like the 90
but now we're-
year old lady that came through the door like food fight.
Just walks in, hamburger to the face.
Oh no.
She picks it up and chucks it again.
Oh yeah, it's like come here, Shani, teach you a lesson.
We used to work for our food.
Dang millennials.
Dang millennials. Oh my.
So Nevin, what elementary school did you go to?
I went to
Did I cut out there?
Pioneer Elementary School
Yeah.
in Parker, Colorado.
Pioneer.
Pioneer, yeah. It's I guess I got a lot of funny stories, but the only thing I could think of is something that kind of made me mad was when I came to Dodge and I was at the high school. We had like 2 dances, and that was just prom and the alley. But we're not going to talk about the alley. So
Because it was terrible.
It was basically
Had
just
a lot of things
prom,
happen.
right?
Yeah, pretty much. James.
Grown
At
up.
my
Keep going. We're not getting off subject.
okay.
Don't go towards me. Don't go towards me. No. Okay.
At my elementary school, we literally had 3 dances every single year, and so we had the winter dance,
Jeez.
we had the spring fling, and then we had like a fall festival, and we had 3
Crazy.
dances a year. So like 2nd grade through
Elementary
6th
school?
grade. Yeah, dude, I was doing 3 dances a year, dude. That's a lot of ladies to ask to the dance. So
Yeah,
I just thought that was pretty cool, and they decked the place out. Like the winter ones, like everyone was inside. The spring fling one was wicked because everyone was just like running around after the
dude, that's
dance and stuff.
awesome. That
Dude,
really builds
it
your confidence
was-
up with the ladies.
It was awesome,
Like,
and
they'll
I
train
missed
ya.
that. I know, and I got to high school, and I was like, dude, I'm ready. And then you're a freshman, so then you
Nothing.
realize how
You don't do
bad you
anything.
are at life. So you're like, and then that happened. I just thought of that today because I was like, where did the dances go, man? What happened, dude? Footloose, dude.
No, it's not dancing anymore. Everybody just grinds or twerks.
Oh, don't even start.
No.
Yeah, this. I'm sorry. That's just gonna start a whole other thing.
We are just gonna start.
Go away from me. Go away from me.
Switch
All right.
cameras. Switch
All right,
cameras.
we're gonna go to Steven now. No, I was kidding.
Camera two.
Nice.
Well, I don't know, Steve. It's me and you. No, wait, Crockett.
Yeah.
We're,
Yeah, it's like Crockett
you
hasn't
didn't give him
shared
anything.
anything
Go
yet.
ahead.
Yeah, so, well, like I was saying earlier, me and Steve kind of went to the same elementary school, but we didn't really know each other. But
No, not until like probably 5th grade, honestly.
Yeah, but I started out at my old town, which I love dearly, Rose Hill, Kansas. If you don't know where that is, you're probably the general public. And
True.
Or you don't know Caleb Crockett.
Yeah.
yeah, but basically, like, it was a small town, and 90% of the kids there were Army brats. Well, Air Force brats specifically.
Hey,
But I'm just saying.
How do you
I'm
offend
just saying.
people?
I'm not saying that was bad, but I'm just saying the school was mostly Caucasian, and going from that. But it was so great. Just because you guys were talking about never being in a food fight, I'm pretty sure I've been in at least 5 food fights
Oh man.
because we used to eat in the gym at that school. Everybody ate in the gym,
Oh yeah.
and everybody
Good.
ate at the
Yes.
same time. like high schoolers to kindergartners all ate together.
That's
And-
potential there.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
dude.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a little scary.
And
That's not scary. That's
basically-
potential.
Basically, one day I remember whenever I don't remember the ones whenever I was little, but whenever I got a little bit older, I mean, I left there. Second grade was my last year there, and I remember second grade year. By the time you were in second to third grade, you had the art of food fighting down,
Oh,
because those milk cartons they give you.
man.
You don't just chuck the milk carton because that's totally wasteful. You open the top of it and start pouring it a little bit out as you bring your arm back, and then chuck it, and then it just spins in the air.
sprays it in
Oh,
there.
yeah,
Like
dude.
It's like a frag grenade. Like, pull the
frag out.
Yeah, I mean, like you just learn this stuff, and I remember it used to be basically the school, they cared, but they couldn't do anything about it, I guess, and they started giving us.
Everybody.
Yeah, they legit started giving us food that wouldn't be as messy.
give them rice
Patties
patties.
of meat.
Will be okay.
Yeah,
Give
it
them
was.
rice
It was terrible, but I remember the last one I was in was the worst one because we were in the gymnasium, like the school gym, and there was food on the ceiling.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, it was insane. But I have a lot of crazy memories. But I'd say some of the funnest ones we have, I would say it was whenever I moved here because whenever I first moved here, third grade year was my first year here. And like I was saying, me and Steven didn't even really know each other at that point. But I was a messed up little kid because I had moved here, and then that same year both my grandmas died, and I don't know. I got in a fight at school. I actually got suspended for like half a day.
Oh, gosh.
But yeah, fun fact about Caleb, he's actually been suspended from school.
I can.
A white kid getting
Rogue
suspended
One.
from school?
Yeah, man.
I can.
Nah,
I can vouch for that. I can say I did the same thing. So
but
go ahead.
But yeah, and then I guess how long? I'm just trying to think of, because some of my best memories are with y'all, but I had them at different stages because Jordan was probably the first one I really knew. Because when did me and you start hanging out, Jordan?
Oh gosh, I think it was probably like 4th or 5th grade.
Well, I was
Maybe
thinking you were
third.
younger than that.
I don't know. Well, because we met in church, so Sunday school
Yeah.
days.
Sunday school.
Yeah, dude.
I don't even know, dude.
Yeah,
'Cause then we would ride our
Sunday
bikes
school.
everywhere.
We would
and-
ride our bikes everywhere, yeah.
Oh man, this is the
But I would say Jordan was the
Childhood
first
bikes are
one.
kings.
Jordan was the first one I really met, but then I would say then I met Steven in intermediate school, right?
Yeah, 5th and 6th grade.
grade, yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And then James and me hung out in middle school.
Solid.
Yeah, man. 8th grade.
Yeah.
I guess Steven was there too, man. B
Yeah.
team
middle
basketball.
school, DCMS.
Oh, man,
Basketball.
B team. B team basketball. Let's
I
go.
made the cut.
Dude, I remember I played a game. I remember I played a game and I lost my contact. I lost one of my contacts, and my other eye was burning so bad that I took it out, and I was still playing, and I had no contacts in. And I'm cross-eyed. If you don't know
I
that,
remember.
I'm cross-eyed. Yeah, and I got fouled, and they
Ball
wanted.
is cross.
Yeah, I got fouled, and I had to take a free throw. And I
Oh,
was like,
no.
Coach, I can't see anything. There's 2 basketball goals. And he's like, pick one and shoot at it. And I did, and I made it. And I was like, yes,
So much win.
success.
Hashtag winning.
Inspiration, Caleb.
The win.
Oh, yeah.
Caleb, we need
It-
to make
it was
you put
great.
your
I
face
remember
on
that,
an
though.
inspirational T-shirt.
Oh, he pulled me right after that, too. He was like, all right, now sit on the bench the rest of the game. But yeah, then me and Nevin started hanging out because Nevin moved here and had no friends.
Yeah, dude. So
Place
probably
outs.
like August 3rd, 2011. It's probably the
Pretty
first
much.
time we hung out.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I took a picture. It's on my wall.
I have a locket, and it just has our faces in it.
Oh,
Hashtag Caleb Crockett, my first friend in Dodge.
I legit remember the
Steve.
first time we hung out there because my mom was like, all right, we're going to go over and you're going to hang out with this kid and you're going to spend the night because, like, literally it was like, he has no
What?
friends. Yeah.
Is that really how it went?
Okay,
You're gonna stay the night at
you
this
guys
kid's house
want to
you don't
hear
even know.
a sad story
cool.
since you all know me now? All right,
yes,
so
yes.
all right. All right, so
Sounds bad,
I
but
get
yeah.
to Dodge, right? And I hate it. I hate it so much. Well, first of all, because the middle of nowhere. That's what I thought. And then I just
You
left
weren't
all
wrong.
my friends. I'm going to the wrong high school. I freaking hate it. And I meet this kid called Caleb. He comes over, and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about Caleb. Like, I don't really know.
You didn't.
So we
like
start
me.
playing Dead Island, and instead of like
Yeah.
me and Caleb playing Dead Island, I called my buddy Ryan Shoop. So
Yeah.
I was talking to Ryan, and then me and Caleb were playing Dead Island. And then when we started school, I didn't know anybody in the lunchroom, and Caleb wasn't in my lunchroom. I literally sat at a table by myself for 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
For 3
Yeah,
weeks,
dude.
before I sat with anybody.
I hope you weren't in my lunch.
Dude, that'd be hilarious.
I would
Go
feel
back and
so
look.
bad. Oh
I would
man.
have never known.
Got my freshman schedule actually back here now.
Oh, that'd be weird.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's
3
why
weeks. Holy
Go to
cow.
counseling every Tuesday and Thursday. I'm just kidding. But just a tearjerker for y'all real quick.
Man.
Yeah.
That hit me right in the heart.
It's all right.
Right on the heartstrings.
Speaking
Only
of
good
jerking,
things came out of it.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm totally
What?
kidding.
Well, now you have to keep going, because what
No, dude,
the
I'm
heck
just
were you
kidding.
talking
Okay,
about?
was
so
just
how's
kidding.
this gonna play? How's this gonna
No,
play
dude,
out?
I
It's a
was
bold
just-
move.
He's just jerking your chain.
All right. No, I'm just kidding. But okay, so I was in the second grade.
We are talking about childhood.
No, dude, I was just being. Well,
All right.
if you want to speak
Alright.
of people being jerks, I guess they could go tie into my story. I mean, I don't know. Well, okay, so second grade, right? I really didn't go to kindergarten or preschool, and then kindergarten, and I didn't go to first grade either. So second grade was my first like actual school year.
For real?
I feel like it's just gonna come back down on me, and someone's gonna be like, "We see on your transcript you didn't go to first grade. We're gonna have to send you back before you get your job."
Go back.
It's just like the Adam Sandler movie where he has to go
We
back.
have to go back.
He has to go back to every grade and repeat it.
Oh man, what's
Oh.
that movie called? I forget what that movie's called.
Is it Billy Madison?
That's Happy Gilmore.
No.
Happy
Happy Gilmore.
Oh,
No, it's Billy Madison.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Billy Madison.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
okay.
Happy
well,
Gilmore's the golfing one, right?
Oh no,
Yeah.
is it
Yeah.
Mr. Deeds?
No, Mr. Deeds is where he inherits all the money.
Oh, okay, all right.
Gosh
Happy
dang,
Gilmore.
Adam Sandler.
back to Adam Sandler actually
Makes him
did
so
good
many movies.
I know. I haven't did good movies. All right, so it's really my first year. I struggled. Like I really didn't. I mean, I knew people, but I hung out with some of them, but I really didn't know them that well. And so some of the kids I hung out with, we were playing soccer. That was like the go-to, was either playing soccer at recess or getting chased by girls. Because, you know, they're like,
Right.
"Oh, girls are going to chase us. We can't do this." So one time I was playing soccer and it got heated, you know, heat of the moment. It was during one recess, and I'm gonna call this kid AJ because that's his name. And
I'm gonna call him AJ. Well,
Keep him anonymous.
yeah, so him and I think I blocked him, and he wrestled at the time. And
on Facebook.
No, I blocked him like soccer. Like I blocked him from shooting.
Okay.
And okay, so
FIFA?
this is second grade. No, it wasn't a slide tackle. It was more like me like flailing my body at him. And well, needless to say, you know, he wrestles and he got pretty angry, and so he like puts me in a headlock. And I just remember like open hand like slapping him repeatedly, like trying to get him off. And so we're doing that, and then of course like the recess advisors rush out, and they're like, "Hey, break it up!" And me and AJ are both crying.
I
We're
suspended.
second graders that got into a fight. It's like, what else do we do? We're crying. We're like, "Oh, I feel bad for me." So we get put in the principal's office, and I remember sitting there, and me and AJ are kind of sitting there like, "You good?" "Yeah, I'm good. Okay, that's cool. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I'm sorry too." And then the principal comes in. He's like, I'd like you to draw a picture exactly what happened. I'm like,
Draw a picture.
I suck at drawing.
Is some coping mechanism? Am I supposed to? Is this criminal evidence? I don't know. And so we're going and we draw these pictures. Like by this time, AJ and I are like, we didn't really get along, but we really didn't care. And so the ending result is like Crockett said, we got suspended the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Man.
My mom couldn't leave because she worked at the grade school. No, she didn't work at the grade school at the time. Okay, well, I can't remember what she was doing. But my dad had to drive all the way from Dodge to pick me up. And so it was like the most awkward drive home.
Ooh. I can just feel the tension.
I was like, Dad, I'm sorry. He's like, you're going to do this later in life? You're going to keep fighting like the lecture? Like you're lecturing your second grade son about fist fighting people on the playground? If only he knew I kept an open hand.
Dude, that's
But
like
yeah, that's my grade school story. It's my memory.
Man.
that's like exactly how mine went. But we were playing football, and he was running up and like, "Oh, we good? Oh,
We're good. Sorry.
Sketch
I
that?
think my iPad
Oh,
tripped
okay.
out for a second there.
Like 3 seconds, you like paused. Just
But like we're playing football, I have the ball, I'm running, and he comes up to tackle me or whatever, and basically just straight fist to the jaw. And so I got pretty heated. I was like, "Why did you hit me, man?" And started yelling at him, and he was like, "I didn't hit you. Oh, you're not gonna do anything about it." And whenever I was little, I didn't grow till pretty much 8th grade year, but I had an older brother, and me and him tussled all the time, so I kind of knew how to punch up. And so I gave him one right in the jaw, and he kind of stumbled back. And oh yeah, and then
freaking
this
underground MMA.
pretty much like he jumped on me, and I flipped him off. Like I just flipped him off and got up and started walking away. And then that's whenever the police, the playground police, as we're going to call
I
them.
was like,
I was
dang,
like,
Crockett.
Wow. That
Nah.
escalated quickly.
No, the playground police. You know those paras that
Yeah,
aren't really
the
teachers
paras
that have
that
to stand
sit
out
up
there
there
and
and
watch us.
Got a
Yeah.
whistle.
Yeah, pretty much. And we went in the. I just remember we went in the office, and I don't remember anything that the lady, that the principal told us. I don't remember anything. All I remember is what my dad got mad about was that me and my older brother were always fighting, and so he went and pulled my older brother out of school too, and that was an awkward drive home, talking about you guys need to stop fighting and blah blah blah. And he basically was telling my brother like, look what you're turning your little brother into. He's going up and beating up kids and stuff. And then we got home, and Dad was like, well, I have to go back to work, but you guys need to sit in your rooms and think about what you did. And literally 5 minutes later, both of us were sitting on the couch watching TV, and we're like, this is the greatest day ever, man. Like,
We're like, yeah.
Same time next week or what?
Y'all playing it out, dudes.
See you there, bros.
yeah, it was pretty interesting. But
So that leaves one. And then there was
It
one.
leaves me, and I guess elementary school. I can't really think of a specific memory, but I mean, just overall, elementary school, like it was just awesome, you know.
right?
You
I
like,
do know. It was awesome.
oh yeah, you know,
Addition, subtraction, multiplication.
yeah, knowing
and
your,
that's
you
the
know,
easy stuff.
learning the letters and the numbers.
Mhm.
I don't know. I remember whenever everybody, you all had music class, right?
Yeah.
With the
Yeah.
recorders.
Oh, that's exactly what I'm going for, man. The
Yes.
recorders. Oh, man,
Oh.
those things were
I
something
hated
else.
Dude, if you did not love hearing a symphony of hot cross buns for an hour, you were an American.
Yo,
That was competitive in my class.
Oh,
Like everybody
man.
would have to like pass off the songs. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. Everybody would be like, "Oh, miss, I want to pass off this song," and yeah, it was nuts.
Just imagine like the teachers having an underground recording league or something.
Oh.
In this side of the ring.
Pinning kids against each other.
Oh gosh, betting money and stuff.
Yeah.
I got $50 on this, kid.
Yeah,
Okay.
I bet you can play Mary Had a Little Lamb faster than yours kid. U.S. Stakes wins.
The most
Deborah.
annoying sound ever. Just
Yeah,
still have
the
it.
one.
I hope I still have mine.
I think
Dude,
I have
I
mine
may.
somewhere.
I
Man.
I can only imagine though too the look on people's faces when they gave us those tubes, and each section of the room had the tubes that made different noises.
The boom whackers.
You slammed them
Oh
on the
yeah, yeah.
I'd always get the really small one and be like,
Oh man, I remember like they had those big old like xylophones, like use mounts and everything, and like whoever got the biggest one was like the cool kid. Everybody wanted to get on the biggest one. At least that was for my class. Anyway, it was like I want to get the biggest one. And you're like banging around on them.
Like crowns. Whoever had the 64 pack was king.
Right.
I didn't really have that issue, dude. I didn't judge people by the size of
Did
their
your mom
crown
buy the
box.
64 pack? Is that why?
No,
I
never
got stuck
had
with
the
a 24 pack. Okay.
Oh,
Mine were broken.
Life was rough.
This kid doesn't even have Crayola. What a nub.
Rosart?
He has rose art.
It's terrible. We were mean.
Man, those
We
are
were
the
mean as
days.
kids.
Oh
It's
yeah.
the days, bro.
Look at us today. Nothing's changed.
Did anybody else take the erasers and use a pencil to shoot the erasers at people?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I did that all the time.
Oh,
Steven, you were in my class, weren't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whenever we hit an unnamed girl on the arm and left her welts.
All I remember is like whenever you would take the pencil and set at the edge of the desk and like throw your hand down on it so it would just flip across
and
the
it'd
room.
Flip across?
And
Yeah.
I did that and hit a girl in the eye, and like the teacher was out of the room and I was just like boom, and it just goes and like hits her, and she was like all like oh my god, I was like crying, and like literally as soon as it hit her, like the teacher walks in, I'm just like I just like froze and like sat there like I didn't do it.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
I honestly can't even remember if I owned up to it or not, but I felt so bad.
Do you remember having like the music, like what are they called?
The programs?
Like, performances you did, like the programs. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I remember me and this one kid. We showed up like really earlier than everyone else, and we got in the classroom, and the teacher had to leave to go get something. And so like, well, what should we do while she's gone? So we got on top of the desk and started running around on like jumping from desk to desk like the floor was lava. And so he went out and looked, and she was coming back, so we all just sat down, like acted chill about it, and she walked back in the room. We're looking around, and there's footprints from our shoes all over the desk. And so we're like nonchalantly like walking around the room, asking her questions about posters, while the other guy like wipes off the shoe print. And we made it through, and she didn't notice.
That's awesome.
But I felt like a criminal.
Wow.
Nah.
Delinquent.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
days.
It's all in good fun. All in good
Well,
fun.
to wrap up this session of 90s kids, I would say
90s kids.
probably 90s kids.
90s kids.
90s kids, man. 90s
Okay.
kids.
Keep
But
going. Sorry, keep going.
I would definitely have to say that if you remember those things or you enjoyed what we talked about today, always feel free to hit the like button. And if you're a millennial, definitely hit the like button. And if you're not, then definitely hit the like button. But
Just
so what he's
hit
saying
the like
is
button.
hit the like button. You know?
yeah,
Please.
as always, like
But
We
if you-
appreciate it.
Yeah.
that's just hit the like button. And as you can tell, we're kind of just telling stories about our past. If you have anything that you want us to talk about specifically, please leave us a comment. Like, I want you to type a paragraph and I will sit there and read it 4 times. And if I do not read it 4 times, you can come to my house and slap me in the face.
And it,
So,
you know, also, sorry, I'm gonna throw in there. If you didn't like what you're talking about, leave us a comment about what you didn't like.
oh yeah, definitely.
Always
definitely.
open a suggestion. Tell us what we're
Like,
doing wrong. Tell us what we need to do
Constructive criticism.
Oh yeah, if you were that one
We
girl
can
Steven
take it.
hit with a pencil, just leave a comment there
No,
and be
I
like,
apologize.
You want to
Hey,
I still feel
own
terrible.
up to it. Yeah,
Leave a
I
freaking
mean,
bad comment, and I will get so offended. I will tweet about it.
Twitter war.
it's terrible. I'll even dislike the bad comment for
Oh
you.
man.
James.
Oh goodness.
No, it's all good. You know, we gotta learn. We want to learn and get better. So, by you leaving a comment or by tweeting at us at Swagmaster9000, we will get better. We will get better. Yeah. Okay. Keep going.
But as always, we appreciate you
like
guys
button.
listening. We appreciate you guys listening to us. We always appreciate the likes, the subscriptions, all that good stuff. So again, we appreciate you guys listening. This has been the Phantom Pirates episode 3, We will catch you on the flip side.